Working the late night shift can often feel peaceful, but when you're completely alone in the dark, isolation can quickly turn into a nightmare. Here are 3 disturbing, true night shift horror stories that will make you rethink working late. A 19-year-old guy named Jake was working the late shift alone at a self-service car wash at 1 a.m. The place was completely empty, surrounded by dark, quiet roads. Around 1:30 a.m., a dark sedan with heavily tinted windows pulled into Bay 3, but nobody got out. Jake waited a few minutes, thinking the driver was just searching for quarters, but the car remained sitting there with its engine silently idling. Deciding to check if everything was fine, Jake walked over to the driver's side. When he tapped on the glass, the window didn't roll down. Instead, a tiny crack opened at the top, and a pale hand pushed out a folded piece of paper. On it was a handwritten note. "Don't look at the trunk. Just keep washing." Panicking, Jake slowly backed away. Without saying a word, sprinted into the locked office and dialed the police. While on the phone, he watched the security monitor and saw a tall figure in a raincoat briefly step out of the car, look directly at the office window, get back in, and speed off into the night. When officers arrived, the car was long gone. The driver was never identified, and Jake handed in his resignation the very next morning. 21-year-old Marcus was working alone at a remote roadside gas station along a quiet highway. It was around 3 a.m., and he was stocking shelves in the back when the chime at the front door rang. Marcus walked to the counter, but the store was completely empty. Assuming the sensor had glitched, he returned to his work. A few minutes later, he heard a soft scratching sound coming from inside the walk-in beer cooler. He walked over and looked through the glass doors. Sitting in the dark corner behind the racks of aluminum cans was a disheveled man in a heavy coat, silently staring right back at Marcus with wide, unblinking eyes. He had been hiding inside the cooler before Marcus locked up the front doors earlier that night. Marcus slowly backed away toward the counter, picked up the landline, and called 911. The intruder never made a noise or tried to break out of the cooler. He just sat there in the freezing cold, smiling at Marcus through the glass until the police arrived to arrest him. He had no ID and refused to speak a single word to the officers. A 23-year-old food delivery driver named Ryan accepted a late-night order around 2 a.m. The GPS led him down a long, unlit gravel road, ending at an old, run-down house with no lights on. Ryan left his headlights shining on the porch, grabbed the food, and walked up to the front door. As he knocked, he noticed a small paper note taped to the door frame. It said, "Leave food on the porch, go around back, and collect your cash from the shed." Ryan felt an immediate pit in his stomach. He decided he wasn't going into any backyard in the middle of the night. As he turned around to walk back to his car, he heard a loud metallic click from the side of the house. In his car's headlights, he saw a man holding a heavy iron pipe, slowly walking out from behind the bushes to block his driveway exit. Ryan sprinted to his car, threw it in reverse, and slammed the gas, hitting the curb as he turned around and sped away into the dark. He reported the location to the police, but the house turned out to be completely abandoned, used only to lure drivers into a trap. If you have ever experienced something creepy while working a late-night shift, share your story in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more real scary stories. Stay safe out there.